Hiya, Alvin Adequate, actor from Manchester. And I've been away for a little bit. I just took a little bit of a break because I was feeling a little bit lazy. But anyway, this video, it's all about motion capture because I think it's amazing, like an amazing tool to use, motion capture. So I'm just gonna ramble on about motion capture for a few minutes. Roll the titles. I went to see Avengers Infinity War this week, and I love a good comic book movie, as you can tell. And man, I thought it was great, like all these characters coming together after like 10 years of world building and just like really good stories with the likes of Iron Man, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, Falcon, so on and so forth, Doctor Strange, you know, all of that stuff. I'm a sucker for a comic book movie, especially if it's within the MCU. And I really enjoyed the movie. Like I was invested because I've been invested in this for like 10 years because I'm a big nerdy pants. But there was one thing that stood out for me that I thought was really brilliant and which is really hard to do, which is a good CGI character. Now in the past there's been instances where they've done CGI characters and have animated them in the same way they'd animate, say, 2D animation or something Disney Pixar, for example, where it doesn't move, like lips won't move the way a real human being's lips would move and stuff like that. And like the movements are very kind of in the style of animation, and that's not real. So when you see that stuff, you go, that isn't real, I'm not feeling it, I don't buy it. As time has gone on, things have improved, and especially like the character models, they can like add like digital muscles underneath like a digital shell. So like for example, the Hulk is a really good example of a digital character that has digital muscles. Like it has mass, so when it moves about, it moves like something that exists within a space. And with Thanos, his face, you look at his face in the trailers and stuff, and if you just look at a picture of his face, you just go, oh, okay, yeah, that's obviously CGI. I know that isn't like a guy doing that. But there's certain things that his face does in the movie, and there's certain emotions that his face shows that there's got to be motion capture in there. Like there has to be. Like I can't imagine there was zero motion capture. It's just not possible. We see a whole range of emotions from Thanos, and it was just really great to watch. I don't want to give away any spoilers for the movie because I think, well, obviously I think everyone should go and see it because I'm a nerd and I want everyone to see everything. But there is from sadness to kind of just like angriness to like anticipation, desperation. You get to see loads of different, man, just so much. And that's performance at the end of the day. Motion capture, I don't think it'll be an easy thing to do at all. I think it'll be really hard. But I just like the idea of it, that they put you in this suit, they put these dots on your face, put a camera rig on your face so they can capture your facial movements in detail. And then they go, okay, you're here, this is what's happening, these are your lines. And you've got to imagine it all. That's a challenge. And that's a challenge that I someday would like to do, just because I just think it would be kind of really fun and kind of a new thing that I haven't done yet. Yeah, I've done some theatre, I've done some done some film, done some TV, and that's been a great experience. I want to have like another layer, another experience on top of that. And like even Guy Henry in Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, when they brought back essentially Peter Cushing playing Grand Moff Tarkin, or was he just Moff Tarkin at the time because he wasn't Grand Moff yet? But anyway, that was great as well. Like I thought it was like most of the way there. It was most of the way out of Uncanny Valley, where you see it and you go, it looks a bit weird. It looks kind of not real. I always think that version, the Rogue One version of Peter Cushing, most of the time I think it's like 90 to 95% there. There are a few instances where I'm like, I feel like the less it does, the better it was, because obviously Guy Henry's face wasn't the exact same as Peter Cushing's face, like the bone structure within the face. So they did have to kind of shift things digitally here and there, which is why probably at some points it does look a bit weird. But then the majority of it looked great, and just the fact that this technology is there, it's come a long way. Obviously, you had things back in the day like Jar Jar Binks and Gollum and whatnot, and Andy Serkis is obviously like one of the pioneers, like Caesar in Planet of the Apes, in the rebooted Planet of the Apes movies. It's brilliant. Like literally the last Planet of the Apes movie that came out, I was watching it going, I know this is fake, but it doesn't feel fake. It feels like it's a literal talking like chimpanzee. It blows my mind as to what they can do now, just because it's just getting better and better. Some people hate like CGI, motion capture and special effects and all that, but what they're failing to understand is that you have to start somewhere in order to get where we are, and where we are now is actually pretty darn good, and it's only going to get better like in years to come. And also I've been watching some of that God of War, the game, the new 2018 God of War, and some of the stuff in there is just like, I just think, just like I said earlier, just the fact that you've got this space and there's nothing there, and you've got to pretend, and it's you and the other actors in this space doing this thing, and you just got to let your imagination run wild. It's just a challenge that I hope that I get a call from an agent one day going, oh yeah, there's this video game or this like CG kind of animated movie, and they want you to do motion capture for it, and I'd go nuts. I'd be so flipping happy about it. But I do think it's kind of something that's a little bit looked down upon, because I don't think they see performances, well, like award ceremonies, I don't think they see like those kind of motion capture performances as performances. They just see it as a CGI effect and nothing more, whereas I don't think that's true, because even if you look at Snoke, Supreme Leader Snoke from the new Star Wars movies, especially in The Last Jedi, there's a special feature on the Blu-ray where you can watch Andy Serkis's performance on set as Supreme Leader Snoke, where he's all in the motion capture gear and a head rig. And if you watch the two side by side, what's in the film and what he filmed on set, his performance is translated to that CG character, and it is done really well. It's done so well that again, it was another one of these effects where I kind of just forgot, or it didn't register me until afterwards going, oh yeah, of course it's an effect. But yeah, I love the idea of motion capture and the various ways it can be used in film, television and video games, and I just think it's a great tool that I'd love to experience using one day. But yeah, that was me just gushing about potentially doing some motion capture in the future, which I think just would be absolutely wicked. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you want, and hit the bell notification, and I'll see you on the next video.